your gliders for today, and a set of hand weights. And if you want a kneeling pad or something for your head, go ahead and have those. We're going to put these off to the side just for now, though, and just start with some mobility and just moving in our bodies. So let's find ourselves at the end of the mat, abs drawn in, shoulders drawn down and away, and just give me that little rocking back and forth just to find your foundation connected to the ground. Start into the alignment of pubic bone to belly button to rib cage, just gently drawing up and in. And then roll the shoulders back. As you do it, try and open the palms so you really feel that shoulder girdle opening as you rotate it back. Beautiful. Go one more for me. And then settle into your feet. Inhale nose, exhale mouth, and let's roll it down, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down. Now, if you're okay with the hands on the floor, go ahead. Otherwise, shins or quads. Press those legs towards straight. Let your head dangle. Nice inversion here. And then bend the knees, drop the tailbone. Articulate the spine as you come up, you guys. And then big inhales, we lift the heart. Give a little extension. Exhale, hands down, center heart. Let's roll again. Vertebrae by vertebrae, come all the way down. Again, choose where you can go. Press those legs towards straight. Then down here, either bend one leg and then bend the other. If that's a bit tight, your hands are on your shins or up on your quads. If the back is a little miffy, same thing, and that'll support your back a little bit more. So go ahead and wiggle where you feel comfortable. And then bend the knees, drop the tailbone, articulate the spine. Big inhales, we come all the way up one more time. Exhale, hands down, center heart, and just hinge the hips, reach the arms, give yourself a squat. So I'm going to heel toe a little wider, and then press and pull in. So I want you to reach forward and then extend the shoulder back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Just getting a little bit of heat into those legs. Let's go two more, and we'll get more heat with the gliders. And go one, and press. Go ahead and roll it all the way down, hands down to the floor, extend up. Give a little no on the neckline, and then walk it out to angry cat. Go 4 or regular cat. 3. On 2 and 1, bend the knees, bring that down. Uncurl your toes. Have your hands right underneath your shoulders, and let's go sternum drops. So drop down, exhale, press away. So the spine is neutral spine, neutral pelvis. We're pulling those belly buttons in nice and strong, right from the pubic bone. So I say belly button, but think the whole transversus. Let yourself drop, feel your shoulder blades retract. Exhale, protract. One more time, stay in the neutral, start at your tailbone, round it all the way up into angry cat. You guys, little tuck of the tailbone, big breath here. And then sit your gluteals down towards your heels. Reach a little farther forward with your arms, what feels too far forward. And if you hold into the nice connection of the mat, you'll feel it pull on your lat line. And then come all the way back up into angry cat. And then go through your angry into your cow, peekaboo up, big stretch here, anterior tilt, and then find yourself neutral, go all the way through it again, rounding into angry, big exhale. Inhale, sit back, reach those fingers forward, really give a walking forward of those arms so it's pulling into the armpits a little bit, you guys. And then come back up nice and rounded, open that up, and then go through the rounded all the way into that extension. And then find yourself in neutral. Let's curl the toes under. And I like to kind of lift my knee and get my toe right underneath there. So I'm truly getting the stretch. And I'm just going to sit back into that and feel a little stretch. So I'm going to come forward and backwards into my toes in pins and needles. So I've got my hands down if my toes are tight. My feet are a little tight. If you're okay, bring yourself right up with more weight. So as that starts to open, I'm going to go up and down a little deeper. And as I sit back with my body up, it's going to push even more into my toes. Couple inhales, exhales. Mind the small head that just popped up on the screen. And go down. There's a small, hopefully you can't hear the chewing. It's not me chewing, hey? Just FYI. Go ahead, stay here, hinge forward, hands nice and strong, and let's do a short plank. So pushing nice and strong, abs drawn in, lift an inch off. Hang out there. Warm up that nice stabilization. Couple inhales, exhales. One more big breath. Lower the knee, uncurl the toes, paddle them out. And then reach the hands what feels too far forward. Open your legs wide and sit your pelvis down in between the legs. So we have that lateral. I'm going to bring my hands in and just sit here for a moment and give a little sway left and right. So I'm just kind of cruising my body from left to right. And just shifting into my hips a little bit. See how tight those are. Inhale, exhale. And then go ahead, find your hands strong underneath again. Parallel out the legs. Push into those shoulders a bit, curl the toes, and let's lift an inch again. So short plank 1. From here, short plank 2 is your option. Lift one leg. Watch you don't lift your bum, right? Just the leg. And then bring that down. Exhale, lift the other leg. Nice. Bring that down. One more time on each side. Exhale to up. Inhale down. Last time, exhale up. Inhale down. Now on this one, push up. Let's find that down dog. Press that. I'm going to kind of rock back and forth into my heels. So if I'm having a hard time with that stretch in the calf line, I'll bend my knees here. My heels may not touch down, but I'm still getting a nice stretch. So you're just pushing into that, into your armpits and coming out. Now on this one, stay there. Walk your hands maybe a little farther forward and just start a little prancing into your heels. Zipper up those abdominals and now start articulating those toes. So really curl through them. With the gliders, we keep our foot onto that glider and we're in the high ray first on that demi point kind of almost. So we want to make sure those are nice and warm. Drop your heels, go deeper into your down dog. Again, if that's difficult, lift the heels, bend the knees. Get your shoulders away from your ears, slightly turn your elbows down and then sink. Feel the difference there. One more huge breath here. And then pull yourself forward over your shoulders. Line up your hands right underneath your shoulders. Little pouncing cat here. Down and forward. Inhale, exhale. So dip down as you go. Get a good knee bend and try and sink back into your hips and into your heels as deep as you can. So we're getting a really good knee bend on this one. Go one more time. And then you're going to take your left leg and you're going to push it all the way forward to the side of that foot, to the side of the foot. And then bring it back and then bring it to the other side. So we're just going now in a lateral rotation, getting that foot forward. If you're okay with this, you're going to take one hand off. So I'm going to reach forward. The same hand as leg is going to come up and I'm going to reach that up to the sky for a stretch with rotation. Bring it back down, push my hips back. Same thing on the other side. Step it forward, reach it up, stretch it, big breath here, and bring it down one more time on each side. You can put your knee down on this one, uncurl your toe, and rotate open a little deeper. Take a moment here. And then bring it back, curl that back toe, come out, and then the other side, uncurl the toe, and then up we go, big stretch. Nice inhale here. And then bring it all the way back down and paddle out your feet. Let's walk our feet to our hands, or hands to feet, sorry, in 4, 3, all the way in on 2 and 1. Let everything dangle. And then bend the knees, drop the tailbone. Big breath up as we come up, guys. Exhale down. We're going to stretch out a little bit more in the extension. Roll it down. Walk it out in 4, 3, knees down. On 2 and 1, put your hands forward. Uncurl your toes. Bring your pelvis all the way down. So bring your hands to the floor, palms to the floor, elbows to the floor. Relax your glutes, relax your abs, relax the neckline, and just feel that little bit of mobility happening in the spine. Couple little breaths. Now, if this is tight and you feel a lot of compression, go a little lower and wiggle. And just let that slowly open up. If it feels okay, put your palms there and come a little higher. Remember, don't pull in the abs. Keep nice and relaxed. Let your head go from left to right. Inhale, exhale. And then gently bring it down. We're going to do it one more time, and then we're going to hold a connected sphinx. Go ahead and lengthen up only as far as you're not pulling your belly button off the floor. You're not drawing your abs in. Your glutes are relaxed. Couple really big breaths in and out. And then gently fold it down. So go ahead and get your elbows underneath your shoulders, palms open to the floor. You're making 11s with your hands. Your legs are open parallel as comfortable, or parallel, open as comfortable. And now pull your abs up. So instead of letting that arch occur, engage those abdominals. My hips are still staying down. I'm now going to slip my shoulders into my back pockets. If my neck will look up and forward, I will go there. And then a small retraction. So if you look at my shoulder, I'm going to gently pull my elbows onto the floor a bit and draw my shoulders down and away. So I feel that small retraction as well. And we're just going to cycle our breath here. Really draw in on the abs. Exhale the mouth. This is a super hard place to find big breath. Really focus on drawing it in. 2 more cycles of breath from you guys. So we're warming up those back extensors so they assist us in our movements. They know they've got to be ready to go. 1 more. Turn your elbows out, bring yourself down, bring your hands into push-up position, and just push it all the way back. Cycle back, widen out the legs. Let's go into those hips again. Little side to side. And then hands to the floor, knees in tight, curl the toes, lift and walk it back, all the way back. Let your head dangle, see where those hamstrings are going to go for you today. And then bend the knees, slowly come all the way up. So we're going to do a couple little passive squats. So have your legs wider in your lateral rotation. And let's just roll it down, bend knees, hips, ankles, hands to the floor, or quads or shins, depends on where your flexibility is. I'm going to rotate my knuckles down now and stretch out my hands a little bit because I am going to hold the weights when I go and do the gliders for the legs. So I want to warm up my hands. So my palms are facing in and down, and I'm just kind of rotating here. Still go on your toes. Now I'm going to turn my palms facing up. Not a lot of weight load into your wrists, you guys. Very gentle on this one, so you're not overdoing that. Right? The hands are really not meant to weight bear here, but it does give you a gentle stretch. And then turn your fingers to your pelvis and then come up in the fingers. So I'm here and then I'm lifting up and it's stretching that whole front line of my hand. And I'm going to roll to the pinky finger and then roll to the index finger and just feel that stretch. From there, we're just going to roll it back up from our passive squat. Turn your feet into neutral. Bring them in tight. Big inhale as we come up. Exhale, hands down, center heart. Let's go lateral. Reach one arm. Over we go. Hinge the hips to the side. Take a peek. And just give that little stir of the pot. Really actively reach that top arm. Inhale, exhale here. Go ahead and stir the other way. Don't be shy about bringing your feet together and bending those knees a little bit. And then use your abs and bring it all the way up. Settle into your spine. Let's do the other side. It reaches. Come up out of your shoulder. Lean the hips. Take a peek. Little stir of the pot. Inhale, exhale. Actively reach that arm. And then go ahead and stir the other direction. Inhale, exhale. And then use your abdominals and bring it all the way up. Bring the arms down. And we're going to come right out from the chest line. Spread out your fingers. Pull them back. Lift your heart, look over one way, and right here I make kind of a W with my arms as I lift my chest nice and high. And then I'm going to heart hug forward. And then the other direction, lift that heart, open it up. Heart hug forward. Let the arms dangle. Drag it all the way up. Roll those shoulders. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and fold the mat in half. If you've got room, you don't have to. I find it easier to fold it. Get it out of the way a little bit. I'm going to grab my weights, optional. You don't have to choose them. And then your set of gliders. And we're just going to start with a little circumduction of the hip and socket. So those little circles, right? So bend the knees just a little bit so you're supported. Toes can be turned out, knees, hips, ankles if you want. I have my one that I'm not moving slightly turned out. And then I'm just going to form that little circle with my hip. Nice little circles. Abs are drawn in. Now, if I'm a little tired, I'm maybe circling my arms low. If I'm feeling good, I'm going to warm up those shoulders and that medial delt, and I'm going to go wider and higher, not past armpit height. Now, switch directions 4. I am bending and straightening my standing leg a little, not much, just enough to add a bit of rhythm to it. And then settle that in, relax the shoulders. Let's go on the other side. Start your circle, and then start your arms low. Oh, yeah. The glider evidently is a toy. Go wider and larger. She's okay. And then switch directions. Let's go 4 more. 3, little circles, 2, and 1, and then settle into both your feet, roll the shoulders. So we're just going to work the one leg. Come over here. And what I want to do is keep this knee bent and slightly turned out, and I'm just going out to the side. Now, as I go out, I want you to dip down so that your booty goes back, right? And then we're going to add that row. Down and row. So out and in. Go straight out from the side of your body. If you're able to, keep this hand holding long. If you need to, you can support your body weight with that hand on your quad. Ideally, hold it down. Now stay out here. Ignore the arm for a moment. Find your balance into the one leg. Lift, lower. So don't worry about your glider right here. When you're ready, lift the arm, lift the leg. 4 more. Now, if this is tough, you can bend the knee, right, and do a smaller abduction. 2 more. And 1. Find your foot on there. Pull it all the way in. Roll the shoulders. Go ahead and wiggle a little bit. Let's do the other side. Find yourself down, small turnout. Start this movement first. So remember, we really want to sit our booty back and then come in. When you're ready, add your row. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. This arm dangling to the side is going to make it harder. Again, go as deep as you want. Your knee is going to go slightly over your toes. Don't worry about it. Not a biggie. 1 more. Now stay out there. Don't worry about the glider out there. Settle into the hip, pushing it back. Start just the leg lift. When you're ready, add your row for 5, 4, nice big breaths. 3, not my shoe. 2, and 1, find your foot. Pull it all the way back in. Give a few little wiggles, roll those shoulders, you guys. So this one isn't going to go out to the side or to the back. It's kind of going to go in that in-between angle. And you're going to start with a bicep curl with it. So we're going to do a little hammer curl as it goes out to the side. Still working that opposite leg now with that nice little bicep curl. Go for 4 and 3. We're going to go out in 3s right away. In 2 and 1. Now go up in 3. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Pull it in. Pull it in. 2 more. 1, 2, 3. 1 more strong one. 1, 2, 3. All the way in. Give a little wiggle and a roll to the shoulders. Other side, so it goes at that side angle. Get that first. See how that feels. Add your hammer curl. If you need the support of your hand on your quad, go ahead. Go 2 more. Nice. And 1. Now 3 going back. Deeper, deeper, deeper. Pull it in. So try to use your glute on the front leg, your glute, hamstring, quad. Pull it in. 4 more. And up. And 3, 2, 1. Last one, you guys. Nice. All the way in. Roll those shoulders. So this one we're going to add kickbacks to. You're in a squat position, neutral spine, neutral pelvis, and just start an alternating leg reach out. So straight out from your hips, right? Straight out. From there, kick the elbows back. Now you can hold lower, or if you need to, come a little higher. Don't worry about changing the height yet. So keep your height fairly uniform and just use the elbow kicking back. Go 2 more and 1. Now we're going to do a lateral raise with the leg going back, down and in. So now I want you to come higher on the in. Down and up. Nice and slow. 4 more. Pull it up. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. We're going to work on the one leg. This hand can go on the leg that we're working. Put both weights on that leg. Get as deep as you can. Float your one leg in and out. Stick your booty back. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Now keep it in on the ball of the foot. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Power it up. Little booty wiggle. We're going to go to that lateral raise again, and we're going to add it with the lower lift, right? So down you go, and up all the way to straight. Inhale, exhale. You switched legs. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's go 4. Hello. And 3. This is Coco. This is Zane's dog. And 2. Last one. Hold it in. Both weights on the non-moving leg. Add the weight, sink down, in and out. So I'm holding, but I'm trying not to push my hands into the weights. So I have to hold my own core. Get your booty back. Make sure your knee's not collapsing in the front. Go 2 more. 1, stay in, little pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, power it up. Should feel the legs a little bit. Put your weights nice and wide. Grab your gliders and just kind of press them to the front. And I'm just going to pull my mat in. I'm going to keep my mat in half. Just makes it easier, I think, for the camera. The glider's at the front right now. We're going on to our hands. So onto your hands and knees. Bring your gliders right in. Have your weights back so they're not going to get in your way. And then I'm really far forward. So my knees are at the very front of my mat. I'm going to start with a little tricep. Tendency will be to lift the shins. Keep your shins anchored. Lean forward like the head would go down making a tripod, and then press it up. Try not to poke your head up looking forward. Keep your head in line and lean forward so you feel your triceps. Notice how those shins want to lift. Try and anchor them. Inhale, exhale. So we're finding that little tricep awareness. Let's go 2 more. And 1. Now in this one, we're going to roll it out a little farther. Now if you're a bit tight in the pecs, you're going to roll out just part way with the knees bent and give me chest press. If you feel good, you can roll out farther, tuck your tailbone, and give me chest press. Don't go to full legs yet from the toes. We'll get there as an option. 4 more. 3, draw those abs in. Last 2. And 1. And then without sitting your bum back, pull back, crunching the abdominals. And then just roll off of that for a moment. Roll those shoulders. So we're going to go triceps out to chest. When you go out to chest, if you want to curl your toes under and get a little full push-up, you can. So it's going to look like this. It's going to go tricep out and either knees or curl the toes full foot. You can come back with your feet. I'm going to come back with my knees. All right. So let's set that up. Let's go. Triceps, press out, pull in, triceps, press out, and more pec line, right? Try to avoid reaching with your neck. Get your body down there. So only go as far as you can go without reaching your neckline to achieve it, right? Let's go 2 more, and press, and go 1, and press. And then all the way home. Take a little break on those shoulders, you guys. We're going to do a quick little pins and needles. So curl your toes. And then take your hands, interlace them. She's okay. Palms together. Press that down and open your chest. If you're okay with it, sit back. Still okay. Lift your heart. Inhale, exhale as you go there. Hold where you feel comfortable. I'm getting a different arm stretch. Inhale, exhale as you go. And then gently come out of that. So this time we're going to play with it a little bit, keeping your connection. She's okay, Trev. We're going to press out. Only go as far here as you don't collapse in your torso. If you can go a little farther, go ahead. And then when you pull back, you're going to try not to pull back by sitting this way and pulling. You're going to try and keep more of your weight over your core. So when we pull back, we draw from our armpit muscle and our palm pushing in deep. Inhale out. Exhale, draw back. The tendency to help yourself is to lift your shins. Try and keep your shins down on this one. Go 2 more. Inhale as you go out. Exhale, roll home. And 1 more time. Inhale to go out. Exhale to roll home. Release off that 1 more time, you guys. Inhale, exhale. Leave your gliders just to the side. And let's go ahead and bring our booty right down. From here, you want to find yourself with heels together, toes apart, small little piece of pie, and we're going to do our little diamond rollbacks. Take an inhale, scoop off your sits bones round. Inhale, come around the corner, stretch forward, and then start at your tailbone and come to tall. Let's go again. Diamond rollback. Inhale, come around the corner, stack to tall, and last one. Scoop as you go back, come around the corner, and then hold here. If you're okay with wrapping your arms through your legs and around your feet, go ahead and do so. Here's where we take that lumbar spine and we tend to flatten it. Try and take the lumbar spine and the sacrum, push it to your back wall, and then round through your thoracic and your neckline, getting that flexion happening there. Couple good inhales, exhales. And then from your tailbone, heel all the way to tall. Beautiful. All right, we're going to bring those gliders in tight. Bring your booty to the very bitter end of your mat. And then your heels, as you roll down, are just going to go onto that mat. From here, we're just going to start with our feet. Move the gliders out slightly. Have them in position, but move them out slightly. Bring your feet flat. Let's warm up bridge a little bit first. And then from here, we're going to roll it all the way up to tall. We're high here. Take an inhale, hold. Exhale, roll it all the way down. Go again. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll it all the way up. Hold it there. And then roll it down. So we're just waking up those hamstrings a little bit. We're going to wake up the shin as well. Inhale. Exhale, roll it all the way up. Find as high as you want to go. Lift your toes and your arch. Lower them. So when we add the gliders to the hamstrings, we're going to lift up on our toes, which fires the tibialis anterior. So here we're just trying to warm that up a little bit with just a little lift of the toe and a tap down. Go two more. Lift the toes, tap down. One more time, lift the toes, tap down, and then peel it down. So we're going to get those gliders in there now. Heels on the gliders, toes lifted. So now you're holding that position. Take an inhale. If you want your weights, you can grab them. All right, so you've got your weight. Nice strong inhale, roll it up. So all I'm doing is holding my weight still to the sky. I'm going to push my legs out, just like I did on the upper body. I'm not letting my back arch. I'm trying to go as straight as I can without wiggling to the left or the right, and then pull your heels in equally to your bum. So my booty is lifted, but then it drops down a little. Maybe it flirts with the floor, and then I pull it in. Inhale, reach it out. Nice. Exhale, pull it in. Two more. Inhale out. Exhale, pull in. One more time. Inhale out. Exhale, pull in. And now we're just going to put the weight into the one leg and just reach one leg in and out. Just one leg. Try here not to twist as you do this and put more weight into the leg that's moving in and out, like you're dragging it in, that's got tension to it. Go two more and go one. And then let's reverse that. So weight into the one. Getting beat. And then start the other leg. And pull. And pull. Put most of the weight into the heel so you feel that nice strong pull as you draw it in. Your other arm can be up with the weight in your hand, which makes it harder, right, to stabilize. Go two more. And pull. And last one. And pull. Now go ahead and roll the spine down. Bring your feet strong to the floor. Grab both your weights. Bring them up to the sky. And then we're just going to curl our spine all the way up. Keeping it here, I'm going to open and close for a little bit of flies on the arms. So I'm keeping my hips up, and I'm just opening and closing the arms as I go. One more. And then keep the arms reaching straight to the sky. Bring up one leg. I brought up my left. Watch you didn't tilt your pelvis. Stretch it to the sky. My arms are going to go over my head as I reach that leg down, and then I'm going to bring it back up. Exhale, it goes down. Inhale, it comes back up. Exhale, it goes down. Inhale, it comes back up. Go two more. And lift. And go one. And lift. Hold everything lifted. So straight to the sky is a little easier. Reaching this leg and quad parallel. Pulse it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross that leg into your 4. Fold it down. Relax your weights down. Here we're going to grab between the leg and find that nice little 4 stretch. Open that up. Don't bug Trevor. Go lick his face. Oh. Couple inhales, exhales. Breathe as you go. And then here's a little change. See this leg that's dangling down? We're going to grab it. You might have to unfold your leg. You're going to grab it, turn your toes so they face down. Now, if this is aggressive, come up and find it this way. Find your leg with your toes curled under here. Stretch here. If you're okay, inchward down to your elbows. Still okay, inchworm right down and lie it long. Now, if you're okay in this stretch, we're going to take our opposite leg and put the heel over top. If you're in the seated position here, see if you can do the same thing on that hip and push that with leaning back a bit, push that knee down towards the floor for a little stretch. Couple inhales, exhales. Breathe as you go. And then we're going to get that other whole leg on the bridge work, right? Unpretzel yourself. Bring both legs forward. Roll it back down. Grab hold of your weights. Take a nice strong inhale and roll it up. Hip roll up. Once you're up, start your arms going in and out. Just that nice strong in and out. Once you have that, keep your arms reaching. Bring up your opposite leg. So now I'm on the right. If you're following my left, right, you're on the right leg in the air. And then we're going to open and close. As you reach this leg down, there's a tendency to arch. Keep yourself in neutral and then bring that up. Inhale, open and up. Keep your hip, rib square. Try not to sway your pelvis. Go 2 more. And go 1. Now keep it reaching to the sky. Harder, parallel to the other leg. And pulse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Squeeze that butt cheek. Last 3, 2, 1. Cross it into your 4. Sink it down. So on this first part, you can sink and just push pressure into the knee. Feel the stretch there. If it feels good, you can grab and pull it in tighter. Press into the knee. I like to kind of point and flex the feet, roll the ankles a bit. Get that stretch nice and open through the piriformis, through those lateral rotators. You've got 6 deep lateral rotators. We talk about the piriformis because it's the most superficial. It's sometimes called it's just one of your more dominant ones. You just want to be careful with it. Go ahead and roll that up. And let's find the pit. Let's find that leg stretching back. You can stay down, Lisa. You tucked your leg in when you were down there. So we're going to start here. We're going to tuck that leg. We're just going to sink back a little bit. Settle. See how that feels. Working for you. Settle to your elbows. Your back is going to arch. This has your back go into an anterior tilt, which is fine. But if it's too aggressive, just drop your waistline or your pelvis down slightly, your rib cage down slightly. Working for you, you can cross that other leg and get into the hip stretch. If you're able to get it over the knee, go ahead and then open the hip. If you're still okay, you can come all the way down. And then we're just going to do a couple cycles of breaths. You'll notice there's a large arch now in my back here. Perfectly fine. This stretch is also getting into that anterior tilt. I do want to try and settle my pelvis down a little bit so I get a deeper stretch into the quad. As I go into more arch, it'll run away from the quad stretch a little bit. So that small little tuck is going to activate that quad stretch a little bit more. And this is your rec fem getting stretched out like a hip flexor, as well as those quads there. Uncurl yourself and roll yourself up to toe. Grab hold of your weights, and we're going to all go all the way down and find our toe taps. So go ahead, roll it down vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep your hands by your side. Find a supported spine, knee fold one, knee fold the other. Reach the arms to the sky. So our arm pattern is going to be over the head and back. Watch as you start going over the head, you don't pop and arch, and then bring it back. And when you're ready, you're going to start an alternating toe tap. What will happen with the alternating toe tap is there'll be a tendency to tilt the pelvis or to bend the knee to touch versus moving from the hip socket. Keep it from the hip. Be very mindful you're not arching the back. If this feels good, go to the straight leg pattern. Really watch you're not pulling the other leg in closer. Inhale, exhale. No. Go away. Now when you're ready, double toe tap slow for 4, 3, 2, 1, and in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2. If it's feeling good, stretch the legs out to straight, right? 4, 3, nice and slow. 2, 1, and in. 2, 3. 2 more from you guys. Out, 2. Watch the back arching. Keep it connected. No, not my shoes. No, not those. And in. Go get your own tug. And then bring it all the way down. Grab behind your legs. Let's roll that up. Little roll of the shoulder. And we're going to go to some rotationals, sitting nice and tall. So back yourself up a little bit on your mat. Have your legs about as wide. If I imagine my mat going all the way out, my heels would be equal to that. No. Not yours. No. And then go ahead and grab your weight, sitting nice and tall. If you have a hard time sitting tall, put a pad underneath your bum or roll your backside up. Shoulders nice and strong. Let's reach that out. So we are getting that anterior deltoid, and then as we roll, we'll get a few more muscle groups as well. So this arm is just going to hold still. This one's going to bow and arrow. And then we're inhaling, coming back. I like holding my fingers open a little bit so I'm not death gripping, and then come back. Here you want to retract your shoulders slightly back. And then don't forget as you pull it here, it's about the rotation. So I want you to peek over your back shoulder and then bring it back. Now we're going to add. We're going to go here and then we're going to extend that open. That is heavy. Bring it all the way back to the front. Inhale, bow and arrow. Take a peek. Stretch it open. Bring it all the way back. One more time. Inhale, pull. Exhale, peek. Inhale, reach. All the way back. Let those arms go down. Roll your shoulder line. And then we're going to do the other side. So nice strong inhale, both arms up. And just start your little row with rotation. Your sits bones do not walk. So my leg of the arm that I'm pulling, that hip doesn't go back with this movement. Cut the room in half with your vision. Let's add the extra. Row, take a peek, reach it open. That's heavy. Bring it through. So I counterbalanced on that one. And I really felt my quad over fire on the side I'm rotating to. Be mindful. Stabilize with your pelvis muscles versus tightening up your quad. Press it open, bring it all the way around, release that one down. That one's quite hard on the shoulders. So sitting tall, take one weight or an object. You actually don't have to have an object, but if you can imagine an object, and the higher, the harder, you're going to hold one object up into the air, or bend your elbows or in front of your chest. Inevitably, we want to sit tall. Keep your toes facing the ceiling. Try not to sit back. If you're sitting back, use a block underneath your bum. From here, we're going to lift one leg over and back. Keep your toes pointing to the sky. Over and back. Alternate. Inhale, exhale. So this gets our hip flexors, right? And it's not bad to work the hip flexors. Most of us have weak and tight hip flexors, the combo of the two. Sitting all day, but then we don't actually work them. So a lot of us think that our hip flexors are just really tight when they're a combination of both. This is a great little exercise. If you're having a difficult time doing it, sit on the second step of a stair, like one up, and that'll help you sit taller. Now just the one leg for 5, just one leg. And 4, don't roll back, stay tall. And 3, so your paraspinals are working hard. 2, and 1, switch legs. Let's go for 5. You'll have a dumbass on this, you guys. 4, remember you can hold it in here. 3, and 2, and 1, all the way down. Bring that weight forward. We need to open up the hips. Fingers point towards the bum or slightly out to the side. Tabletop. Bring your feet in nice tight. Take an inhale. Press it up. So if your knees are going way over the toes on this one, do walk them out. And we also just worked that shoulder in that rotational movement. This will stretch it out. If you can, look to the sky. Big inhale. Exhale, bring the booty down. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Squeeze those glutes. Inhale, keep. Exhale, lower. You've got 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, keep. Open up the shoulders. Exhale, down. We have one last one, you guys. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift and hold. Inhale, keep. Exhale, down. Beautiful. So we're going to go into a bit of side lateral, but we're going to open up Wild Thing first. So take this hand slightly back. Bring your feet in strong. You've got your little tail that you're going to pull, and we're just going to lift. Now, if you're tight here, if you're okay, bring it up. Get some extension in those hips. Big breath here, and then come right back to center. We're going to go 3 more here. Exhale, pull your tail and reach, look to that back hand, and then bring it down. 2 more. Exhale, press, reach, and lift, and bring it down. You've got one last one, you guys. Press, reach, and lift. Big breath, and bring it down. We're going to settle into the other side. Bring that hand in, bring this hand back. It's slightly back, right? So when I rotate, I can go into the shoulder, not over the shoulder. Pull and lift. So I've got a fairly straight line between my shoulder and my hand. And then bring it down. Both sits bones down, rotate right to center. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. You've got 2 more here. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. One more strong one, you guys. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. And release. Roll those shoulders. Bring one weight to the front. And then I want you to lie with one glider. Can you see my glider? I'm going to move back a bit. I'm not sure you can see my glider there. With one glider just to the side. And then I'm going to lie right on that line of my mat. This knee bent, so side lying leg series. Anchored, reaching off or on. Off is harder, right? So lift the rib cage. We're just into our side lying. Remember, you're quite unstable today. Bend your bottom leg forward and lift and lower that top leg. Now, a little bit of extra bang for our back. You can put that weight gently resting on the outer thigh and then breathe in, breathe out. So remember, if you're lifting super high, you're probably rotating forward and getting your quad and your hip flexor. Be forward so you're getting your glute me, glute min, a little bit of TFL in there. And you're reaching and you're nice and stable. Let's go 2 more. And 1. Now keep it out there and give me my circles. Nice big circles for 4. 3. Try not to wave back and forth in 2. And 1. Circle the other way in 4. And 3. Coco's come to test my stability in lateral. Hold here. I want you to keep that top leg reaching up and out. Bring your bottom leg to it. Bottom leg to it. Go 5. Don't roll back on your hip. Notice that you'll sickle your ankle to feel you're getting there. Straight ankle, get your ankle there. 4 more. 3. Exhale, 2. And 1. Now move both together. 5. Those obliques are working here. 4. 3. It's like you're doing a lateral flexion. In 2. And 1. And yeah, we have a small fur baby on top of the wire. Come out. Come out. You're on my wire. Sorry, guys. Let's get that back into place. And we're going to go into side kick series. So anchor your front foot all the way forward. We have a crooked room, but that works still. Ankle your foot on the bottom forward. Get this foot reaching. If you can, take this hand, put it underneath your armpit, draw your abs in. 2 kicks forward, and then point the toe, 1 kick back. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Now, if you're okay with this, both hands here, I'm going to kick twice forward, and as I swing this leg back, I'm going to lift through my armpit and draw up, getting a little space there. And then it comes down. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Hold it here and just lift your waistline for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice and long. Hold the long. Put your hand in the glider. Reach both legs. So my bottom hand is the one that's in the glider. I'm trying not to weight very heavy into that hand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend my knees for the first one and come up into a small little teaser here. If your weights are in the way, just slip them out. And then come back down. If you know the full movement, you're going to roll all the way up. So I'm going to increase the abdominal crunch. Maybe I'll come up with my knees bent. My hand's going to leave my glider. I'm going to hold, inhale to down. And then grab that glider. Roll it all the way back down. Inhale here. Full 1 is those legs going straight, right? Hold nice and strong. And then exhale, roll it all the way down. And 1 more time. Roll it all the way up. Squeeze those inner thighs. Nice strong reach. Inhale, keep. And then come all the way back down. Find long. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and pull ourselves up into our mermaid and get a little extra stretch there into rotational work. Did the ball come through to you? Reach the arm, take it over into side lateral. On this one, try and keep your hip down this time. This hip down, and just reach over this way and feel a really big lateral. One big breath there, and then draw it all the way up and out. Let's go again. Reach the arm, keep your sit bone down. Over it goes. Inhale, keep. Exhale all the way out. This time we're going to lift the hip and rotate. So we're going to lift, rotate around, and then the hand can go down, smaller back or reach. The bottom leg can lift, right? That top leg. And we're going to lift and up. Now, if your extension's working okay here, you could keep this leg long and get an extra stretch, or you can draw it down, right? So we can bend and lift. I'm going to bend and lift. My hip flexor's a little miffy on that side. Let's go 4 more. And go 3. And lift. And 2. And lift. And last one. And then all the way up. And let's swing it all the way to the other side. That whole sequence on the other side. So you've got your weight and your glider towards the top. And then you're going to lie your body right along that line. And the bottom arm to start with is straight. Rib, rib, hip, hip, nice and square. And then we're going to lift, lower that top leg. So again, if this feels good, you can bend that knee to 90 degrees, have your toe anchored or reaching high. And then we're just lifting and lowering that top leg nice and strong. Harder would be to lift the bottom leg slightly off and maintain that little lift, right? And then obviously the top hand off is going to make you even more unstable. Abs engaged. Don't roll back on your back hip. Go 1 more. And then start your circles, nice and strong. If you need your fingertips down, go ahead. Your neck is in nice long neutral. Go 2 more. And 1. And then go ahead the other direction. Inhale, exhale. Same leg, opposite direction on your circle. Go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then you're going to hover that top leg. Hover the top leg. And go ahead and lift the bottom leg to reach it. So this is where we tend to sickle the ankle. Keep that ankle and really lift the ankle up towards it. Go 4 more. 3, stay square. 2, and 1. And then glue both together and lift both. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Go for 4. And 3. Last 2. And 1. And release. Curl that toe, activate it. Get your hand underneath your neckline. Reach that leg, abs and drawn in. And we're doing that side kick series. So we're going to go forward or double kick series. No, side kick series. That was right. Inhale, inhale, exhale. You're going to lift that rib cage as you press that leg away. Activate that abdominal on the bottom, right? Those obliques as we're lifting. QL is also working here, you guys. Go 2 more. And go 1. Now keep it reaching to the back. Hands both on the headline if you're able to. And now just lift the rib cage off. Lift the rib. That back leg is reaching long and active. 4 more. 3, 2. Now keep it lifted. Hold for 4, 3. Draw those abs in strong. 2 and 1 and release. Go ahead. I forgot to add the weight on my hip. Sorry, guys. Me bad on that one. So now I've got my little glider. I'm right at the top. I can start with my knees bent. I'm doing that side sit-up teaser, right? So I'm going to roll, and maybe I'll come to this position here. Make sure your weights are out of your way. And then you're going to roll it back down. If that feels okay, when you do your side sit-up, you'll come up here. Let go, nice and square. Hand goes on, roll it down. Still working for you. You're going to go straight legs as you roll up, right? Both sits bones equal. No. Inhale, lift. Find that glider. Reach it long. We've got 3 more, guys. Inhale, start to roll up. And hold. Lumbar spine slightly flexed, right? Supporting that nice core. 2 more. Scoop. Exhale, roll. Not quite on the sits bones. Just roll back off of them slightly. And then lengthen. And on the last one, we're going to roll up. We're going to stay here for a brief moment. Then we're going to find our mermaid, right? Go ahead and open, wiggle to find yourself in the nice mermaid. If you cannot get this hip down, pop yourself up on a couple little posts, right? And from here, we're just looking for the lateral flexion without lifting the booty this time. So the hand goes down, which means you may not get very far. We're going to bend that elbow and lean it over and reach it out. Go 2 more, reach the arm. Exhale, over we go. And lengthen and come out. And one more time, reach it up. Keep that butt cheek down. Over you go. And bring it up. Now you're going to add that rotation. So we're going to come up, we're going to rotate. This hip will lift. My hand can be down to the back or reaching, and my leg can extend out and kick in. It can stay bent the whole time, or it can stay out the whole time. Just depends on how that back feels. Because when that leg is straight and you extend out, it's much harder on the back, right? Your lever length is longer, which makes it more difficult. Go 2 more. And lift, and 1 more, and lift, and then go ahead and unwind on the last one. Give me that lateral flexion. Keep your butt cheek down. Give me that lateral flexion, and then come all the way out. We're going on to our bellies. So a little bit of swan, a little bit of extension. Gliders to the front, and then put them farther forward for me. Come down so that your chest line, my xiphoid process, is forward of the mat. So that if I choose to use the gliders, when I pull down on the shoulders, I can get my hands underneath me. Now, using the gliders is way more aggressive. So find your lateral rotation of hip and socket. And let's first of all find our swan with our hands giving us more support. So my shoulders and my elbows or thumbs are right by my shoulders. Shoulders are down and away. Push the marble with your nose and connect as you come up, which means your pubic bone very well might come up. That's fine. And then big inhale here. Exhale, bring it down. So what impedes the swan? Keep going with this, you guys. If I have super tight hip flexors, super tight abdominals, that's going to affect my lifting up. If my movement in my lumbar spine and my sacrum, as well as thoracic, everything through extension is tight, it's also going to limit how I'm going to come up. If my hips are tight in turnout, it's going to impede me. So we always tend to blame it on the muscles that we're working. Sometimes it's the counterbalancing muscles that are super tight that's denying some of our movement. Now go ahead and you're going to do 4 more like that. A little harder will be the arms out here because my weight now is forward of me. My pinkies are down, my thumbs are up, and I'm just going to start this first movement, which is just that scapular placement of elevation, depression. And then I'm going to start to pull it in closer. As it comes in closer, I will flatten my hand down and lift. And then as I go farther out, I'm going to rotate towards my pinky, all in the bone. Pull your shoulders down, float in, abs engage, and you can prop up. And then lengthen as you go down. You've got 2 more for me this way, you guys. Lengthen as you come up, pull those abs in and hold. And then lengthen as you go down, lateral rotation of your hips. Go ahead and glide it up and hold. Big inhale here, guys. And then lengthen, come all the way down. From here, turn your cheek one direction or the other and just give me some beautiful circles. So you're just going to do some circles. You're turning your cheek, your hands are on the gliders, and you're just releasing. Get your hands all the way down, all the way up. Then switch your directions up, down, and around. Go 2 more with your circles. Last one with your circle. And then I want you to just leave your gliders just beside you, slightly out to the side. Bring your legs back into parallel, open as comfortable. Take your hands behind you. Turn one cheek just to start with. You're going to see how my shoulders are falling forward onto the mat. All I'm going to do is turn my cheek to face the center. My nose is just going to brush with the floor. All I'm going to do is pull my shoulders back parallel to the rest of my body and reach my hands by the sides of my body. So it's just Superman. I'm not even lifting the legs. Abs are engaged. Then I'm going to let my shoulders drop down. I'm going to turn my cheek. Inhale, exhale, just that Superman. So I'm in my back extensors, but I am not actually extending I'm just gently moving. I'm just going to get that microphone out of there. That might be quite muffled. So we're going to just pull and reach, just a little lift, just a little one, and then shoulders drop down, and then engage everything, pull and reach. Now stay here, stay here. Pull your abs in a little deeper, straighten out your legs fully, and lift. Lift the legs, flutter them off. So I'm going to do a very slow swimmer on the legs only. So I'm touching the ground each time. Don't bend your knees. My hands are just reaching long and away, and I'm just fluttering. So if this is working for me, it doesn't mess with my mind and go slow enough, you can alternate. One arm goes down, the other arm goes up. So you're going in the opposite direction of your legs. We're paddling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring your hands beside you. Lie it down for a moment. Pull your abs in nice and tight. Exhale, hover everything again. If you feel good, you can get a bit more extension through thoracic and cervical. And now touch one hand and one foot down. And then opposite and opposite. Switch, 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 switch. If this is working for you, turn your palms to face your face and walk your arms out in full swimmer. Here we are. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5. Abs drawn in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach both, and then push back into that recovery. Whew. That's a hard one on coordination. Reach it back. Give a few little wiggles back here. Inhale, exhale. And then we're just going to roll that up. We're going to have our legs. I'm just going to move my mat forward. One last little mini exercise. The gliders to our feet. Gliders to your feet. A little bit of core holding in a plank position, but we're going to move those legs. Let me get my microphone back on there. All right. So the first one we're going to do is, if you have weights, you're going to use weights. So your gliders are there, but move them out slightly. All right. You're in a 4-point stance. You don't have to use weights here. I'm going to lift my knees an inch, and then without rotating my hips forward, I'm just going to pull one arm and put it down, and then exhale, row the other, put it down. So this nicely turns on the obliques in stabilization, because what wants to happen is the body wants to kind of sway as you go. Look to your knees and make sure one knee's not getting higher than the other as you row. Exhale, pull, inhale, down. One more time, pull and down, finish equal on the other side, pull and down, and then knees down. Place your weights out of your way, keeping that same strong lack of kind of wiggle, 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 and you can go to your elbows if this doesn't feel good. Bring your gliders into those toes. Back your knees up to the very end of your mat, like almost off. From here, we're going to lift, and we're just going to start a little pumping, a little mountain climber. Supported spine, shoulders down. This is where you'll tend to go over your wrists. Back it up, then pump for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull in, release. Move those gliders so you can sit back. Again, if sit back is hard on the knees, sit up, right? Now we're going to go out with double leg. If double leg doesn't feel good, go back to single, or don't go out all the way. Find yourself connected. Grab those gliders underneath the toes. Give them a little pull. Neutral spine, but as you kick your legs out, you might want slightly supported. You can decide. Lift, both legs in and out. Now, if you can't get your legs in close enough, back your hands up so that your knees can come in a little tighter. So if you notice, I've backed up and now my knees can come right in beside my elbows. For 5, pull, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down, release it. We have one last movement. You can choose either of those two again, or it's out, and then open the legs, bring them together, pull them in, right? Last set, I promise. Hands engaged. My knees are at the very bitter end, and then I am going to back my hands up once I bring my knees off. So go ahead, lift. I'm going to back myself up, and then out, open, close, pull. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2. The last one, all the way in. Woo, uncurl those toes, you guys. Move it forward. Curl the toes under and lift into your down dog. Go ahead and sway into that little poodle wag for me. Shoulders away from your ears, give some wiggles, and then slowly walk your hands back to your feet. Bend the knees if you need to, dangle here. Heel toe open, bend the knees, give me ragdoll. Ragdoll on your shins, on your knees, or hanging. Look through your legs, let your neck have a release. It just worked really hard against gravity, holding plank, right? Couple really big inhales, exhales. And then when you're ready, bend those knees and let's slowly cycle all the way to tall. Ooh, gliders are always hard, aren't they? Big inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale. Now we want to reset just briefly that forward position. So legs wide, you can use a wall if you want. Hands, let your belly go. And just very gently, with a little lateral rotation in your hip, push your pelvis forward. Now, if you need that floppy push-up and you need to go down to get a little more opener here, go right ahead. Or I can use my pubic bone against the wall, right? And that way, there's not a lot of weight sinking into my spine, but I'm still getting the curve, but the wall is kind of allowing me to balance a bit more. And then from there, I can do some little wiggles. Open that pelvis up a little bit. And then gently bring yourself out of that. And let's just do a finishing breath, gang. Nice big inhale as we come up. Exhale, hands down, center heart. Give a little wiggle. Other direction, reach it open. All the way around. Roll those shoulders. And we are done.